wasn't always a stand-up comedian. I used to be a kid. And when I was a kid, this story will give you a little bit of an idea of who I was. So when I was in junior high, I wanted to be in band. Surprise! So I show up for the first day of band class, and Mr. Haney walks into class, and he asks us all to stand up and put our hand over our hearts, and we're going to say the Pledge of Allegiance. I don't know where you guys grew up, but in Southern California in the 80s, that wasn't a thing anymore. I hadn't said the Pledge of Allegiance since I memorized it in first grade, you know? And all of a sudden, he's asking me to do something that I didn't know how I felt about it. He didn't even give me a chance to think about it. I stand up, and all the other kids put their hands over their heart, and they get ready to pledge their allegiance to the flag. And so I respectfully stand, but keep my hands at my side, and I don't say the pledge. So they start, I pledge allegiance to the flag, and Mr. Haney sees that I'm not saying it, and he goes, stop, everybody stop. He says, one kid's not saying it. And he didn't name me or point me out, but everybody knew. They always knew. He says, we're going to start over. So they start grumbling at me. And I still didn't want to say it. And it's not that it wasn't patriotic. I did feel patriotic then. I felt patriotic just until last November. It was that I just didn't know if at that age I was ready to make that kind of a commitment. I was like, hang on, America, I might just want to be friends. You know? Like, it's a lot of pressure. I think we should see other countries first. Play the field. So they start a second time. I'm still not saying it. Mr. Haney says, all right, everybody sit down. And then he goes all Goodwill Hunting on us. You know, he's going to give us a inspirational speech. Gets all Dead Poet Society. Some Robin Williams movie. And he tells us a story. And it seems that Mr. Haney, like many men of his generation, had gone to Germany. Not during the war. He just, went toured with a jazz band afterwards. I'm sure they had a nice time. But while he was there, he went to this cafe, and the cafe was right next to the wall. Okay, between East Germany and West Germany. Some of you are younger. Listen, there used to be two Germanys. There was a wall. Pink Floyd played there. It was crazy. We'll catch you up. And he said he could see over the wall into East Germany. And he said there were a lot of things that us kids take for granted that they didn't have in East Germany, a lot of freedoms they didn't enjoy. And as a result, he saw a very cold, sad, kind of depressing place on that side of the wall. And on this side of the wall, he saw a vibrant, beautiful, colorful place. And I raised my hand. And with hope in his eyes, Mr. Haney said, yes, Keith. And I said, Mr. Haney, I was listening to your story there, and I was just wondering, on what side of that wall do you think they're more likely to force children to pledge their allegiance? So that's the story of why I don't know how to play the clarinet. Otherwise, this could be a very different show tonight. Benny Goodmaning it up here.